What happens when the future refuses to follow our carefully laid plans? I've been showing clients an image recently containing some of the headwinds that businesses are facing. There's AI adoption, talent retention, psychosocial hazards, economic unpredictability, rapid market change, supply chain interruptions, transformation, burnout, pandemic scale disruption potentially. There are plenty more that we could add. And looking at them individually is difficult enough, but the bigger issue is what happens when several of them arrive together. It's what we call polycrisis, or others will call a perfect storm. And that is where prediction becomes increasingly unreliable. One distinction in the level up work that I find particularly useful is the difference between uncertainty and unpredictability. Uncertainty is something we can often reduce. We gather more information and analyze the possibilities, maybe build some scenarios, and we can forecast and plan against uncertainty. The picture then becomes clearer. But unpredictability is different. The conditions themselves keep moving faster than we can respond or react. More information may tell us more about where we are, but giving us very little confidence about what to do next or what happens next. And the level up material describes this as volatility, that more data does not resolve because the conditions are changing faster than we can tackle them. A bit like a bushfire getting out of control. It demands a different type of leadership capability or capacity. Which brings us to the fourth level up edge. It's called adaptive capability. An adaptive leader can hold a plan lightly enough to change it. They can make decisions with incomplete information. They recognize when an old assumption has expired. And they can tolerate the discomfort of saying, we don't know yet. That's harder than it seems for some mid-tier leaders for some reason. And they help their team remain productive while everyone is working out the new reality. And I'd compare it with the bounce of a ball. A round ball gives us uncertainty. It could kind of roll in different directions, although experience and observation gives us a reasonable chance of predicting where a round ball is going to bounce. But think about a rugby ball that lands on its end, or lands anywhere. Suddenly all bets are off. The skill becomes reaction, recovery, and repositioning. Business increasingly feels like that right now. You probably find yourself. So the 5-year strategy we've developed still has value. We need budgets and forecasts. They still have value. And we also need people capable of responding intelligently when reality produces a bounce that nobody planned for. This is why Level Up focuses so heavily on the human capacity and capability sitting underneath strategy. Because when the plan changes, somebody has to remain calm enough to decide what to do next. And for my clients right now, the big thing at the moment is capacity. It's critically important. So perhaps a useful question for the next leadership meeting you've got is, are we spending as much time preparing our people to adapt as we're spending preparing the plans? And if the answer gives you a minute to think about that, maybe we should have a conversation about Level Up. Thanks.